100% worse. Day after. All right, go for it. This is Kevin from the day after, and you're listening to 100% worse.
I was thinking about, you remember when we were at Taco Bell earlier and we looked across the street, and we saw that sign outside of Philadelphia Steak and Fries. Is that what that's called? Philadelphia Steak and Fries. And the sign just said no hiring.
Yeah, the W fell off.
Presumably. We don't know that. We don't know. Like, we would probably assume that it did say now hiring and they did lose the W. Mm-hmm. We can't prove that.
We can't, because all it said was no hiring.
It just said no hiring. It was a big sign outside of the Philadelphia Steak and Fries that said no hiring. And
please stop.
What I like about that is that there are kind of like two possible like reads that we can kind of take on that. There's either they're just not hiring, in which case they could have written not hiring, or they are conducting no hiring whatsoever, so don't like stop applying, or people were just coming into their parking lot and hiring, and just doing a lot of like their own freelance hiring.
Yeah, like setting up one of the white tables.
Yeah,
for like a little bit of
a sign-up sheet,
tablecloth over it. And,
sure, yeah. Like so
be your own boss.
Yeah. So now, so now there's some person with a multi-level like marketing thing going on who now has to hire elsewhere, who was conducting business out of the Philadelphia Steak and Fries. And yes, that person will be contacting you on Facebook, even though you haven't seen them for 12 years.
Hey, been a while.
Hey, been a while.
I've got an opportunity
for you. It's a pyramid scheme, by the way. Hey, I'm Graham Ganol.
I'm Connor Hughes.
This is 100% worse, in case you hadn't, ascertained that. The show that gets better every day. Let's roll that intro. Two best friends created the best show in the universe. And they took that show and made that show 100% worse.
Presenting Podcast Extravaganza 100% Worse, the show that gets better every day. Photographically enhanced for a more pleasant viewing experience.
Hey, by the way, we're back. Hi. What did you think about that like nifty pre-roll that we had?
That nifty pre-roll?
At the very beginning of the episode?
It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I like it because two things. I feel like I'm forever making lists of two. But the first thing is that sometimes after our episodes, like usually we have like the sting like at the end, like the last part of the theme music to show that the episode is over. But then sometimes after that, we have like a couple seconds of enjoyable bloopers, just some extra content for the people at home. And what I realized then is if we end with a speaking segment and then the beginning of the episode is also speaking, sometimes you can't tell where the episode began.
True. If it just like loads the next episode immediately, you might like continue to listen and then it's like, play that theme song. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. And so it's just like becomes a 9-hour episode with 9 theme songs. And here's the thing, we've been doing a different theme song these past couple of weeks. So it could just be, like a very long special edition episode. So basically we just wanted to make that easier.
Break it up.
But also it's just cool to have other voices on the show. Mm-hmm. Now this week you heard from Kevin from the day after. If you want to do that intro tag, all you have to do is just send an audio clip of you saying, hi, this is, your name here, and you're listening to 100% Worse. Just send an audio clip to Hundo@turboteenmovie.com, and you could be the intro for the show.
You can also send it to 100%worse@gmail.com.
That's true. You can send it there. Yeah, that's a legitimate email address. We are a couple minutes into this episode, and nobody knows what it's about.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So this is, again, 100% Worse, the show that gets better every day, where we are looking to fix the world and all its issues one item at a time. Mm-hmm. We're making everything just a little bit better every day.
And this is still a Christmas special.
This
is one of our Christmas specials. And so this week we're going to be talking about presents.
Presents.
Mm-hmm. How do we make presents better?
How do we... Our gift to you is this episode of a pot, and we also got you a candle.
It smells like blueberries in rainforest.
It's a blueberry rainforest candle, and we understand that blueberries are not typically found in rainforests, and that's what makes this special.
Here's a candle that smells like what the moon looks like on a summer night after you've had a good cup of hot chocolate.
This is a candle that smells like the moon when you're on the moon. This smells like the scent left behind by Buzz Aldrin on the moon. Just this is that Buzz Aldrin musk.
We had an astronaut scoop up some rocks for us, and then we kind of just like put them in candles and just like kind of rubbed them all over candles.
Some moon rock, which you would think there would be other uses for moon rocks, but we decided to put them into candles.
Yeah, I mean, it seems,
and that's what we got.
It's most beneficial.
It's from both of us. It's from both of us.
Okay, but no, seriously, on to our topic.
Yeah,
how do we make presents better?
Yeah, well, actually, my first idea, because we dip right in as we do.
Don't get people candles.
Yeah, no, don't get people candles unless they really like candles. They might like candles.
If they're a candle junkie, get them a candle.
I know this isn't part of the topic, but when people have a birthday party and they're getting like old enough to where it would be more candles than cake, they might only get like one candle on their birthday cake, as it's like a symbolic thing, or they might get like the candles with like numbers. Why don't they ever just do like, if somebody's turning like 70 years old, why don't they ever just put like a full like Yankee candle in the middle of the cake? Just like a big old vanilla bean, a summer sky candle.
Yeah, it's that's a lot of candle. That's 70 some little wax candles.
Yeah, but bundled into one.
Yeah, that's a good.
It just seems like
I don't know if it would be a good idea, because then your cake would probably taste like vanilla. Well, vanilla bean
I think
you would
like just sink it into the cake like
moss and dewdrops would be a little.
I think it would just be just a bit like an obelisk just sticking out of the middle of the cake.
Obelisk.
Yeah, and it shows the class of that comes with being a stately age.
Okay, yeah,
just an idea. Just an idea, TM.
That's an idea.
Just have an idea that we had TM.
How does that relate to presents?
TM.
Yes.
So I was just trademarking it. I didn't want to go through all of the effort of putting this episode of our show, into a sealed envelope and then mailing it to ourselves.
Oh,
so when somebody tries to use our candle idea, so
okay.
Yeah. No. I was actually thinking of when I said that this episode / candle combination was a gift from both of us, because that's one thing that people do, right? Is combine Christmas gifts. Mm-hmm. They do. There are two kinds of combined Christmas gifts. There is the kind where it is one gift that is from both you and somebody else that you're giving to somebody, which usually means that it's from one of you, and then one of you also signed the card. I think that's how it often goes.
Usually how it goes.
Basically,
someone paid.
The other kind is when you get one gift for multiple people to share.
Yeah, like a board game.
Yeah, like a board game.
It's a common thing to do with board
Yeah,
games.
like you can have the red checkers and you can have the black checkers.
And you can have the board.
You can have the board. That's 3 gifts if you plan it right. What I want to know, and maybe this is nothing.
Okay.
Or maybe this is the greatest idea of all time. It's really only one of those two things. I mean, we've been coming at this from the perspective that you have to get a gift for people to share, that those people have to know each other.
Oh?
Yeah. No, I'm saying you get, checkers for James and, Samantha, and they're both your friends. They've never met. They do live in different states.
So one would get the black checkers, one would get the red checkers.
Or they just get it all. You could get them a baseball bat that they could share. Can you force people to share who don't know each other?
Mr. Rogers could, so I'd say it's possible.
I don't know that we can judge possible based on what, Frederick Rogers accomplished.
His name was Frederick?
Well, it's Fred. I presume that's not short for Fredward.
Mr. Fredward Rogers.
Fredward Rogers. I'm sorry, we're getting off traffic. Getting off traffic.
Yes, we're getting off traffic.
Getting off traffic.
It's been a lot of traffic recently, and we're just getting to the point where there's a little bit
We're
of
just
traffic
putting up
left.
a lot of cones in the pod. I'm sorry. Can you please save me from this?
Yes, I will. I wanted to talk a little bit about a PSA.
Okay.
About presents.
Yeah. Present service announcement.
Animals as presents aren't really...
But Animals as Presents, before you say anything,
It's a great band.
is a great band.
It's a great band.
It's a great band.
Yeah.
They do a lot for the instrumental rock scene. But what were you saying?
No, they're not a very good idea unless they're discussed beforehand. Animals do take a lot of time and care and money, and if you don't let the person know beforehand and they're not okay with taking care of an animal, it's not a good idea. I mentioned
you
this.
get an animal as a present for your other animal?
Yes.
And does the second animal that you get as the present have to be smaller than the first animal?
Yes.
And then if you get
Legally.
that smaller animal a present, does it then have to be even smaller?
Yes.
Until you're looking at either several smaller versions of the same animal, a la Russian nesting dolls, except that presumably your hamsters are not climbing inside one another at the end of the night, or you just get smaller, different kinds of animals. So you get your horse a goat, and you get your goat a dog, and you get your dog a cat, and you get your cat a guinea pig, and you get your guinea pig a hamster, and you get your hamster a mouse, and you get your mouse a...
Bird of some kind.
What bird is smaller than a mouse?
There are some birds, hummingbirds.
Is a hummingbird smaller than a mouse?
So some hummingbirds are smaller than
Hey
some
Siri.
mice.
Hey Siri. Oh, I forgot my Siri's Australian. G'day Siri. G'day Siri. G'day Siri is a hummingbird. Hey G'day Siri, is a hummingbird smaller than a... I'm not getting reception.
Well, this bit is good.
Is a hummingbird smaller than a mouse?
But no, I mentioned that because
Yeah.
there are a lot of videos going around of like surprise presents of like, here's a puppy. People are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just not a good idea.
Okay.
The exception to this
Yes.
is dragons.
Oh yeah.
A dragon is always a great present.
If you're shopping for a dragon, do you go to Jared's?
Why would you go to Jared's for a dragon?
Where else would you go?
A lot of shiny stuff, a lot of jewelry, presumably a lot of gold.
That's what it's
They
like.
probably have like stockpiles.
You've
of
seen the
gold,
commercials, right?
a la
Where like
Scrooge McDuck.
you've seen the commercials, right? Where like the guy like gives the woman like the box, the small velvet box, and she like opens it up, and inside is like a poisonous flame breathing dragon that is like badly singeing her hands and arms. And she's like, "Aw, he went to Jared's."
Yeah, Jared's the dragon keeper.
Jared is the dragon
off of
keeper.
96th and Hague Road.
That's Shane Company. I do have another idea.
Okay.
But before that, we somehow have already arrived at our ad break. So let's
my
get into
word.
that ad break
Okay.
with a little bit of smooth acapella. Shing. I want you to tell us about our first sponsor.
Our first sponsor this week is paper leaflets.
Paper leaflets.
Paper leaflets, yes.
Paper leaflets.
Paper leaflets, yes.
About anything in particular?
About everything.
Wow. So we're including communist propaganda.
Sure. They're paper leaflets.
What do paper leaflets want to tell the people?
They want to inform the people whatever it is that they're informing
That's
the people
very
with.
general. Do we have time for all of the things that paper leaflets might have to say?
No, but they didn't specify which
Yeah.
ones they wanted. They just were like, hey, you need to let us know that we have information.
We have information.
So if you need information, go to paper leaflets.
Or Google.
Or Google.
Or Google.
Google is in some way a paper leaflet.
In what way is Google a paper leaflet? Now
some
that
way.
you've said that thing that you clearly didn't think out before putting out into the ether the way that you did, in what way is Google a paper leaflet?
It's in
Because
some
it
way.
seems to me that Google is specifically not a paper leaflet. Like if I'm holding in my one hand all the things that would be considered a paper leaflet, it would be a paper leaflet. And then if I'm holding in my other hand Google, I would say this is not a paper leaflet.
It would be a paper leaflet. Yeah.
In what way?
If you were holding Google, it would be a paper leaflet.
You remember that old gospel song? He's got he's got all of Google in his hand, you know. But I remember singing that around the campfire. Well, our second sponsor is the Didge part of the didgeridoo. Yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but the uri-do, well, if you know what a didgeridoo is, which I assume you do, it is traditionally a hollow eucalyptus branch that you blow through and you make kind of like wow sounds, you know? Mm-hmm. So just the didge part, that's like the mouthpiece. Okay. Because without that, it's just more or less a tube.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about the mouthpiece is that it's also just a tube. It's also just part of the same tube. It's all a tube. But the tube has to begin somewhere.
Yes.
Well, because you can just keep going down forever until you get to the end of what would be a tube. But if you keep taking away the mouthpiece, then eventually you're just going to have a ring. At what point does a ring become a tube? How long does a ring have to be before it's a tube?
When it's...
Is elbow macaroni a ring or a tube?
Elbow macaroni is a tube, not a ring.
Okay.
Basically, when it gets longer than its width, it becomes a tube.
That's fair. What if they're exactly the same, like the diameter and the length?
Then it would probably be a ring, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because it would be about... Yeah, it would be a large ring. It would be like part of a gauntlet.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know either. This is good. So didgeridoo. Didgeridoo is our sponsor. Are you going to pull out your didgeridoo?
You know what? I was thinking about it.
He does have a didgeridoo.
I like how it's just leaning up there in the corner. I will not be playing the didgeridoo on this episode of 100% Worse. If you'd like to hear me play the didgeridoo, you can, of course, send an email to hundo@turboteammovie.com.
If you ask for a song to be played,
I do take requests.
He will play it on the podcast.
Only on the didgeridoo.
Yes.
Let's get out of this nightmarish ad break with a little bit more smooth a cappella. Hoo-hee, hoo-hee. Hoo-hee, hoo-hee. Hoo-hee, hoo-hee. Hoo-hee, hoo-hee, hoo-hee. I feel like that's copyright. I feel like that's a little bit copyright.
Maybe a little.
A little bit of that is copyright.
Maybe a little.
I had kind of a thought.
Okay. I'm glad you have a thought.
Yeah.
Hit us with your thought.
Yeah, so
enlighten the world with your thought.
Yes. Well, so sometimes when I want to, I don't know if you do this. I don't know if other people do this. If I want to give somebody a Christmas present, but I don't either I haven't known them for very long, or like I don't assume that they would have gotten me anything, but I don't want them to feel bad. Then what I will sometimes do is I will give them the gift, but I won't wrap it. And I'll just be like, oh, here's a thing. Here's just a thing.
Okay.
But I was wondering if there's any point, like how close it has to... I guess this is my question. Is there a point where it is too close to Christmas where you can't give somebody something without it being a Christmas gift?
I see. You're talking about the Christmas dead zone.
Yeah, the Christmas dead... Oh, there's a name for it.
I believe so.
Yeah, okay. So, like, if I wanted to give you a box of crayons...
Okay. I would love a box of crayons.
And I'd only known you for, like, 4 weeks.
Okay.
Some would say a month. And I wanted to give you this box of crayons, but I didn't wrap it, but it was... We'll just count backwards. December 25th. If I give you anything... If I give you a box of crayons on December 25th... That is a present. That is a present.
Yes.
That is a Christmas present. Specifically a Christmas present.
Yes. Unless your birthday's on December 25th.
But then it's a birthday present, so that's not really... That's just kind of like a different issue. Then
it's a different...
And by the way, actually, just to sidetrack a little bit here, that's something that that's very difficult to get around, because if somebody gives you a birthday gift, right, on your birthday, then you kind of know, okay, then when their birthday rolls around, I should get them a gift, right? Mm-hmm. You have that ability to be like, okay, yeah, I'll bear this in mind, you know. Mm-hmm. This is like I'm on that level of like friendship with somebody now. If somebody gives you a Christmas gift and you didn't know that that's where you were, friendship wise, you either have like, if they give it to you on Christmas, then you're just screwed. Yeah, if you don't have anything, you're just screwed. You're gonna give them probably that candle from your grandfather's 70th birthday cake that you saved, that Yankee candle, or you're going to move. You're just going to move. You're just going to leave. There's no other option. You have to leave.
Yeah. You pretty much have to.
If somebody you didn't think was going to give you a present gives you a present, and it's Christmas, and there's no time, and in true Hallmark movie style, all the shops are closed, and there's nothing that you can get them except for an air freshener from the gas station. You just have to move.
Yes.
You have to move. You have to never speak to them again. I feel like with that said, if you're going to, I don't even care about my original question anymore. This is what I'm on now. If you're going to give somebody a Christmas gift for the first time, and you don't know if they were planning on getting you one, then you have to give it to them like at least a week before Christmas, which gives them time to be like, oh yeah, I totally got you a Christmas present too, but I'm not going to give it to you till Christmas. And then they have a week to panic about it, about what it might.
And a week to stress.
Yeah, a week to stress.
And just like scroll through Amazon being like, oh.
Yeah, but then they can get you an Instant Pot, and not have to move.
True. That is very true. Now, as far as the Christmas dead drop
How close to Christmas before it's a Christmas present?
Basically, if you don't get something from Santa saying, here, give this to this person, then it is not a Christmas present. You'll know it's a Christmas present because Santa gives you the gift with a little tag on it saying, for Lester. Like, here you go, here's Lester's present. Like, thanks, Santa. So basically, that's how you distinguish the two.
Is Lester somebody that you know, or is that a hypothetical name?
It's a hypothetical name.
I was just wondering because Lester, I feel like if your name is Lester, and apologies to any Lesters in the audience, not because I'm about to say something offensive, but just because that sucks. But if your name is Lester, then you probably deserve to have like additional care taken by Santa. Santa's probably like posted up every day outside your school, just making sure that you don't get beat up.
Probably.
If your name is Lester. I say that. I named my main character Lester in the last short story I wrote.
I think that's where it came from.
Does
I think
get beat up
subconsciously.
Is that why my fictional character gets beat up? Is it because his name is Lester, or is it because he's involved with crime?
No, he got involved with crime because his name was
Lester.
Yes,
that's fair.
So I've got another PSA.
Yeah, sure.
I need to do. So basically, as it gets around to the holiday times and you're looking for presents, stores will give you presents.
Will they?
That's something they cannot tell you legally. They cannot tell you legally that they'll give you presents. But all you need to do is walk in, find your present, and walk out.
How do you know? Now, will you?
Boom!
Will your
look at that Christmas present from Walmart.
Will your present be wrapped?
Happy birthday.
Where will your present be?
Not all the time. Usually, you just kind of have to walk into the store, and then like you'll kind of see the present. It'll just kind of be there.
Will it just be? Will it be an unwrapped item on the shelf?
Probably it'll be on a shelf.
It'll be an unwrapped item on one of the shelves among the other items.
But once you see it, you'll be like, "That's for me."
And how
you'll know?
How will you know?
You will just know.
Will you know because it's something that you want?
Yes.
And then you'll take it, and then you'll have it.
They're so thoughtful. Yes, that's how it works.
If you do this in June, is that shoplifting? Ignoring the fact
unless your birthday is in June.
My birthday is in June.
If your birthday's in June, then you get
ignoring
the
fact that my birthday is in June. I think you're just shoplifting.
No,
I think you just have a stack of Transformer toys at your house.
They can't tell you legally, so they can't inform you of this good sweet deal.
It sounds like you're telling all of our listeners to just go take things from the store. And I'd like to remind you...
They're not taking things from the store. They're getting the presents that the store is giving to them.
It sounds a little bit... Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm not wrong. It sounds like you've been just kind of taking items from a store and calling it Christmas gifts.
You don't pay for a Christmas present, do you?
You do with jail time, apparently.
No, you don't go to jail because it's a Christmas present.
We'll be right back. I just heard a knock at the door, and then I heard somebody say NYPD open up, which is frightening because we're not in New York.
In New York.
We're not near New York. I think Jake Peralta is about to arrest my best friend. We'll be right back.
So here's a real idea, like an actual legitimate real idea.
You can take this home and bake a layer cake with it.
Yes.
Idea.
We need to start wrapping our presents in lead so Superman can't see inside the boxes.
First thing, is this only for presents that are for Superman?
No. Because if Superman goes to a white elephant gift, oh, look at that. All of them are wrapped. It doesn't matter because he'll get the best one every time. And the point of Superman is that we don't know who Superman is.
Right, it could be anybody.
I mean, it descends the glasses, like the whole thing, right? But the point is, like, he could be anybody. You could have a kid born who's like, that kid is now the new Superman. Mm-hmm. So we just need to start wrapping everything in lead.
No, you're right. No, we should. No, I don't see any consequences of doing that. No, you're right. We should wrap everything in. The other thing about that is that if you get somebody a gift card, it no longer feels like it's a big box with a gift card in it.
Yeah,
it feels the classic little gift card in great big box prank now has a little bit more credence because that great big box is also just
you need to move it in with a crane.
6 sheets of lead. Yeah, just kind of super glued together hastily. By a man who now has lead poisoning, which is just kind of the sacrifices that we have to make around the season.
Yeah,
meaning of the season.
You sacrifice time and money, and
some number of the workforce. You absolutely do. We've got 2 segments left. I know that we need to hit before. I realized I just sounded like I was getting choked up there. Actually, I just got a little bit of the plague, a little bit of the sickness this week. I promise it's not contagious in an audio format, so don't mind me as I nestle close to your ears. Would you like to do yours first, or would you like me to go?
You can go.
Okay. So what I've got for you this week is yet another original Christmas carol. And of course, our goal with these is to always be putting out there new original Christmas songs that you can just take home and enjoy instead of, just singing all the same songs year after year. So why don't you do about 15 seconds of improv, and I'll be right back.
You did not tell me about this. So one day I was walking along the street, and there was this man who was sitting on the corner. He had like a suit jacket and tousled hair, and he looked a little bit like Elon Musk if Elon Musk was like a 60s hippie.
Or had any hair. I'm back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So
that was my story.
This song is called The Greatest Gift of All. And so I think we all know what that is. Let's get our levels here. Great. Slightly out of tune. We hold hands and sing together as we stand around the tree, giving thanks for all our friends and all our family. Join with us in merry measure as we happy tidings call. We remember Christmas for the greatest gift of all. A Nintendo Switch. It's the meaning of the season. It comes bundled with Smash. It is the only reason why we love one another, why we give our cheerful cry. Yes, we give thanks to Luigi. We sing praises now on high. A Nintendo Switch. For without it we are lost. And we know it is important. And we understand the cost. And there was a moon pie. You gotta let me finish.
I apologize. I thought you had finished.
If I don't mention moon pies, then what's the point of any of these?
Oh, true. No, it sounds like someone has never actually seriously played Smash. You don't make friends from it. You tear families apart.
I think it's more important that we understand the message behind everything.
Buy Grandma Switch.
We should give thanks to Luigi, and we should definitely buy Grandma Switch. Well, I know what you've brought to the table. You're going to hit us up with some more Christmas lore.
Yes,
going to tell us the true story behind Christmas presents.
Some more real history.
Yes.
For you. So
snuggle tight in your Snuggie, or your onesie.
If you're not wearing a Snuggie, you're not a real fan.
If you are not wearing a Snuggie, You are not a real fan. You can put that on a Snuggie.
We should put that on Snuggie.
What
Merch store.
I was gonna say T-shirt. Sorry, I'm stalling because I accidentally deleted all my notes. Okay, here we go. I got them. Go ahead, if you would.
Okay.
Everybody, attention, please, for the true tale of the origin of Christmas presents.
Yes. So, obviously, the very first Christmas presents, what were they? They were back when Mary had Jesus, the whole Star of Bethlehem and like shepherds and angels. And
this was
that whole story.
This was years and years before the Nintendo Switch.
Yes. This was years.
Presumably the best they could do was a PS1.
Probably.
Did they get him a PS1?
Probably. No.
What did they get him?
Three wise men showed up.
Well, they weren't that wise, were they, if they didn't bring a PS1?
Yeah, they were just called the wise
We'll
men.
say three
we don't
men.
know why.
We'll say 3 men with doctorates.
Yes.
And leave it at that.
Actually, yes, one of them did have a doctorate. They brought gold, Frankenstein, and myrrh for Jesus. And those were the first 3 Christmas presents.
I'd like to stop you there, but I'm just interested to see where this is going.
Basically, one of the 3 wise men was Dr. Victor Frankenstein.
Okay.
And he thought, what's a better way to give a present on the first Christmas?
Are you actually asking?
Well,
because
it might have actually been the 3rd or 4th Christmas. Like, they didn't show up immediately. The wise men didn't show up. They took, they saw the star, and then they had to, like, travel, like, a while.
That's not funny, but that is sound theology. Go on.
And so he gets to there, and he's like, here, I'm going to give you my first creation, Adam.
Yeah.
The monster's name actually was Adam.
Yeah, I believe you're right. Well, I don't know if did he name him.
Self.
You're right. Yeah. He called himself Adam, but he's also referred to as the modern Prometheus.
Yeah.
No, Frankenstein is the modern Prometheus, and Frankenstein's monster is Adam.
Yes, I think
somebody who knows this, somebody who probably like tweets about Mary Shelley a lot, or
correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, just correct us if we're wrong.
So basically, that was given to them.
Hey, everybody,
or he was given to them.
Everybody. Correct us if we're wrong.
That's just like a blanket statement.
Yeah, please. That is a Snuggie statement that just kind of one size fits all. Just correct us if we're wrong. Contrary to how obviously idiotic we both are, we would like to know. But go on with your true story.
This is why it is now customarily, culturally appropriate to give newlyweds a patchwork human monster. So in case if you're ever wondering where that came from, it was because of Dr. Victor Frankenstein giving it to little baby Jesus.
Who was one of the wise men.
Yes.
You know, what I think is really killer about that is just how nobody talks about this stuff.
Yeah.
And it takes 5 minutes on Wikipedia? Mm-hmm. Wikipedia.net, I believe, has all of these facts.
Like, I know a lot of newlyweds don't even know it's coming. People just really don't think. And then, like, their first Christmas, bam, their mother gets them a
patchwork
humanoid
creature monster.
She's like, here you go. And they're like, I didn't know this was coming. And just, I guess I forgot to
but that's the 1 year anniversary gift.
Yeah.
Is the patchwork human freak. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So just trying to teach the people a little bit
it's
more about American traditions.
You're right, and it's good to be educated
because the 3 wise men were American.
That's true.
That is true.
Yes.
Myrrh's the name of a locally brewed IPA.
Listen, that's going to do it for us. We're done for. This episode of 100% Worse has run its course, and now it is over, and now I am telling you that if you'd like to send an email to the show...
Do you have a recommend, don't recommend?
No. Yes, I do. I know how our show works. I know the order of things. I've done 29 episodes of this show. I absolutely am in the right place, and I'm the correct person to be. What do you recommend this week?
What do I recommend?
Yeah.
I recommend Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, heck.
I don't know if that was that your recommend?
It wasn't, because I assumed it would be your recommend.
Okay. Because I also had a backup one in case
Yeah.
if that was your. But no, this movie is astounding. It's really, really good.
Yeah, we saw it, Friday?
Yeah.
And it has to be the best Spider-Man movie ever made.
I
believe that.
I agree with it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Seriously, go watch it.
The Hundo guarantee. It is an amazing movie. You will love it. It is visually beautiful. The story is well written. The cast was expertly picked. If you didn't know, John Mulaney plays Peter Porker, the Amazing Spider-Ham, in that movie, and that alone is worth the price of admission. So
It's pretty good.
absolutely.
Nick
go
Cage
see.
is also another Spider-Man.
Yes.
So any Nick Cage fans out
I believe this has been Nick Cage's best role since Kick-Ass. I say that, I haven't seen Mandy, so it might be his best role since Mandy.
What I don't recommend.
Yeah.
Sadly enough, Mortal Engines.
Oh, really?
I liked the book.
It looked... I haven't read the book, but the trailer did look really
yeah,
cool.
it was like... Wasn't it like a Peter Jackson film?
I don't know if it was a Peter Jackson
it was
film.
like,
I remember seeing all the trailers saying from the people who brought you Lord of the Rings.
yeah, so probably like a producer or someone.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked stunning.
The special effects were good. The designs were good, but it just ended up being another one of those movies that kind of lost the point of the story.
More spectacle than story.
Yeah. They're like, we need a Hollywood climax, and they didn't really like lean into any strengths of the story.
Well, that is a bummer. But people can absolutely just skip out on that and instead watch Into the Spider-Verse. If you were on the fence about what to watch, I guess now you know. Yeah. Well, this week I recommend The Story I Tell Myself About Myself by Sarah Layden. She's this book is like a short collection of short stories. I think it's what you would call a chat book. You can find it on Amazon. You should read it. You should buy it. It's a great gift as well. Check it out. I don't recommend developing any new interests around Christmas. You think you're going to be really into crocheting. And so December 12th, you pick up a skein of yarn and you pick up a crochet hook and you go, this is what I want to do. And then you're like that Pikachu meme, like version of surprised when Christmas rolls around and you have received 86 balls of yarn from all of your friends and family. And then you don't like crocheting anymore. So just whatever you like doing in like July, just keep doing that. Mm-hmm. And don't develop any new... You know what? Don't ever develop any new interests.
You can't even say anything around Christmas.
You can't mention
even
anything.
Be like, oh, hey, I think cross-stitching's kind of cool.
Yeah, if you're out for
it'll
dinner...
be like, that you're done for.
You're going to get crosses and stitches. If you are out to dinner and you're like, oh, this broccoli is pretty good, you're going to get just like a whole truckload of broccoli for Christmas. That's just how it works. People will pick up on the most subtle hints. So just be wary, unless you really like broccoli.
Hey, if you really like broccoli,
and we
that's
did
cool.
get you broccoli for Christmas because we heard that thing you said in the restaurant. Yes,
we did,
and it is from both of us.
We're giving you the warning now, so that
next year
you don't say things like that because we got you a lot.
Because we did give you a whole lot of broccoli.
Help,
and you're gonna, and I know what you're thinking.
You're
thinking, you're imagining an amount of broccoli right now as being the amount, and I guarantee. It's more. It's more. It's so much more than that is the amount of broccoli that we got you.
I'm afraid what you heard was give me a lot of bacon and eggs. What I actually said.
Give me all the broccoli you have. Well, listen, if you would like to send an email to this show, you should send it to hundo@turboteenmovie.com or to 100%worse@gmail.com. That, of course, is the number 100, the words per sentence worse. Where else can they find us?
They can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at 100% worse.
Yes, that's the number 100, the words per sentence worse. Well, anyway, thanks to Kevin from the day after for doing our intro this week, and then thanks to Kenny Childers for doing our opening monologue every week. Killing it as always. Thanks to me for our amazing theme music. Thanks to John Roderick and the Long Winters for doing the theme music for my Bim Bam. That's a good show.
I think we've already done this bit. But,
thanks to Tortellino for chilling and being cool.
Yeah, he didn't interrupt
and
the
not
podcast.
freaking out when you said white elephant. Which I felt was a little bit insensitive.
True. I apologize. I do apologize. Yeah. I do not pick the names of things.
No,
but I could have been a little bit more sensitive.
Unfortunately, our studio elephant is very tolerant
So yeah. Oh yeah. If you tweet about the show, use the hashtag 100 worse.
That's true. The number 100 and the word worse. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And please do tweet about the show. Any thoughts that you have about it, just go ahead and tweet about the show using the hashtag 100 worse, and we will see it. We do see all of those, and we highly appreciate it. Also, please remember to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts or iTunes, or whatever it is that you use.
Yeah, seriously.
It super duper helps.
It helps.
Yes,
it helps.
Absolutely. And share it around, tell a friend, warn a friend.
Well, warn a friend.
Because we coming.
We coming for that friend.
We coming for that friend. Well, thank you, Friendos. This has been 100% Worse. I'm Graham Ganal.
I'm Connor Hughes.
This has been 100%. I always say it at the wrong time. I always do. I say it, and then I got to say it again, like a fool. This has been 100% Worse.
Eat your pizza right out of your pockets.
And they took that show and made that show 100% worse.